The final showdown with Sheen.
Hello, this is Dean Phoenix, back with Final Fantasy X with the next part of my Final Fantasy X playthrough, being overpowered on the Expert Sphere Grid. So we've done capturing in every other area apart from Inside Sin and the Omega Ruins. So I'm just about to finish off Blitzball. Before I do that and stop typing like an idiot, I'm just going to put in the God Hand password, and that will let me grab Riku's Celestial Weapon God Hand. Now I really very strongly recommend having this. The capturing process is largely the same for the process is largely the same for the Expert Sphere Grid as for the Standard Sphere Grid. No real differences there. The differences mainly come earlier in the game. If you've been watching the previous episodes, you can see what I did with the Strength Spheres from the Thunder Plains and the Blitzball match in Luca to make everybody really strong and stuff like that. And then later in the game with the stat maxing, you need more spheres, but for the Expert Sphere Grid, and there are a lot less empty nodes. There are a lot less nodes in total, so it's not good for a break HP limit playthrough. But we'll be able to do it very quickly, I am sure, on this playthrough. So, just going to grab these two weapons. I don't need Victorious, but it's kind of bugging me a little bit that I put in the Victorious password and then didn't grab the weapon, so I'm just going to do that now. Then I'm going to play the last Blitzball game. So I've already put in the password for Victorious, mainly because I forgot that the password for God Hand is God Hand. So yeah, just going to grab Victorious there. There's another one as well. I mean, there's no real point in grabbing a lot of these, but never mind. So now we have God Hand. I've just got to play the last Blitzball match. I am actually at the point in the league where the second place team is a point behind. So if they were to lose or draw the last game, the Guado Glories there, then I would win anyway. But I'm just thinking that I might as well play the last game because it'll be the last one in this playthrough anyway. And my team's like really OP and fun and stuff like that. So yeah, just going to play one last game, get myself the sigil, and then we're good to go. So Bota hasn't really learned anything else, so might as well just get him on there. I don't know why I'd really need anybody to... oh, Drain Tackle, that's... Oh no, I thought that was one of his key techs, but it's not. Wither Shot, Super Goalie, Tackle Slip, might as well try and... I mean, like I say, there's not real much point in me trying to learn these, but it doesn't matter. Always fun. And then we're going to win this game and get the sigil. So it's all good. Now, after this, I need to go and start the Inside Sin and Omega Ruins process. So there's a couple of things that I want to consider there. First and foremost is I want to be doing Inside Sin first, but let's just see if we can get Drain Tackle learned first. Yay, I love learning techs, I don't know why. So yeah, I would usually do Inside Sin first because it's a lot easier. Omega Ruins is the most fun and difficult part of the game. In terms of the capturing and the enemies and everything else, it's quite fun. It has a few really dangerous enemies and things like that, which is cool. So, you know, always fun with that. Ooh, that's high. Wow, save check shot, nicely done. Anyway, yeah, so one of the options you can do though is go to the Omega Ruins first, and instead of doing all of the capturing, just catch one of the Makia, which is a specific type of enemy. And that is basically the enemy that you can bribe for. That is the enemy that you can bribe for Chocobo Wings. And the big thing with that is that Chocobo Wings are the item that allows you to. Ooh, let's just get the poison on there. Right, cool. Venom, the Chocobo Wings are the item that lets you customize auto haste, so you can bribe Makia and you don't have to go and look for them and things. You can just that wasn't very good. Ooh, catches it with one pass. Yeah, so you can bribe Makia, get the 80 Chocobo Wings that you need to customize that onto an armor, and then when you've done that, you are not getting that pass, brother. Yeah. And then when you've customized auto haste, that lets you do your end game armors and things like that, which is really cool, because those are the armors that you actually want. So now I think, just coming back to Blitzball for a second, I think that because Shani poisoned the keeper, he shouldn't be able to actually use techs anymore, so he won't be able to use grip gloves or super goalie. Let's see, I think that's how it works. Oh no, maybe it just stops the shot techs or something like that. Or maybe grips gloves works because it's an equipped thing, a passive thing, but it doesn't let him do super goalie, so I'm not really sure. Anyway, so 1-0 up, so we'll be able to win the ball back and then just mess around for the rest of the half. Yeah, so what we're saying was you can go to Omega Ruins, capture a Makia, and then you don't have to go looking for them and things. After that, you can just play them, you can just pay to fight them in the monster arena, and then after that you can just be bribing them there, so you don't have to go and find them in random encounters and risk fighting all of the other dangerous stuff in the Omega Ruins. Now I may do that because it's good in terms of having auto haste with Tidus as well as Riku for the inside sin, because it just, you know, makes things go a little quicker. You get more strikes in, you get less turns where they're actually hitting you and things like that, so just makes the whole area a little easier, and that's always a good thing to have. So I may just make a detour to the Omega Ruins, but to be perfectly honest, I don't think it's really necessary in this playthrough because of how strong I am. So I think I will just probably do the inside sin, capturing first. I haven't really decided, but that's the next thing that I've got to look at anyway, and it's something that I will consider after this match is over. So I'll get the sigil here, and then after I've done this, that will mean that I have the sigils for the 5 characters that I'm going to use. I'm not using Lulu or Kimahri, because Kimahri doesn't have great overdrives. Riku's mixes are much better, and although he's a decent endgame character, you don't need him if you have Tidus or an Umwaka. And then on top of that, you've got the fact that I'm not using Lulu at all because she's terribly underleveled, because Yuna's much better with the expert sphere grid, in my opinion. Well, she just is anyway, so you know, it's not really necessary to elaborate on that. So yeah, my main characters are going to be Tidus, Riku and Waka, and then after that Orin and interesting. Yeah, so after that Orin and who else did we have? We had somebody else, but I can't remember. Yuna, yeah. So Yuna needs to be leveled up just so that I can oh, brother's going to get a key tech on the last game. Are you serious? So that's Nuvi. I need to make sure I'm breaking to Nuvi a lot. Might as well. Crazy. As if Rop and brother are getting with a tackle 2 on the last half of Blitzball they have to play on this playthrough. Whatever. Anyway. Yeah. So, yeah, Yuna needs to be leveled up because I'll be leveling up magic as well, just because that's one of the things that I like to show off, how easy it can be to level up magic relative to how people think it is, because it takes like, you know, 3.5-4 minutes per battle if you're just constantly spamming pain, but it's better if you use my method, which is double casting flare, and you know, it's a lot better action in terms of doing that. So with the tackle, oh my days, seriously. Wow, brother actually lost the ball. Crazy. It was Nuvi, wasn't it? Yeah, I'm sure it was Nuvi that I wanted to be getting. Anyway, I'll win the ball back here. In all likelihood. Alright. Yeah, Gazna's not much of a defender. Like all the Ronso, he has a lot of HP, he's very slow, and he has good other stats, but Zev's the best Ronso, and he's a free agent. I don't know why he's not playing for them, seeing as how he's pretty much their best player. Okay, so Rop's got that. And now I just want to be winning the ball back and then getting that with Brother as well. Hey, so Brother got his key technique. That's brilliant. And they both did absolutely dreadfully there, so interesting. Damn right. .23 shot, that's ridiculous. Anyway, I'm just doing this to waste a bit of time. So yeah, that'll give me the crests and the sigils. Ooh, interesting. That'll give me the crests and the sigils for Wakka, Tidus, Riku, Yuna, and Orin, and I'll be going to Macalania to power them up, power their things up as well. So, so far for the armors, Riku is well on the way to getting her super armor. So she's got Auto Phoenix, and she has also got Auto Haste on hers. She's the only one who has Auto Haste so far. And there you go on Tidus. Yeah, she's the only one with Auto Haste so far, and then on top of that, Tidus has a 4-slot armor that will become his super armor, but it only has Stoneproof on it at the minute, so unlikely that I end up getting another 99 Dark Matters other than the ones that you win for capturing 5 of every enemy. And I'll be using those to put a ribbon on Riku's armor, because it's much better for Riku to be able to survive all the statuses of Mega Graviton and heal everybody with Mix when you are fighting Dark Anima, and actually the Major Sisters as well. If you choose to fight those, they're Dark Major Sisters altogether. So yeah, a bunch of things that you have to take into consideration with that, but that's why I always make sure that Riku is the one getting that. Has he tried to break through too? Yeah, he has. Take that, thanks very much. Yeah, I always try to make sure that Riku's the one who gets ribbon. If it's only going to be one of them. Ah, I should have broken through. Well, this was stupid. Oh well, never mind. Silly boy. I just thought, oh yeah, I should try and get Drain Tackle, but then I don't think anybody's down to actually learn Drain Tackle this half anyway, so that was silly. That was the first half. So next up is going to be to go and ooh, interesting. Next up is going to be to go and power up the Celestial Weapons, and then I'll be going to Sin. So fantastic. Ooh, scores with 12 shot when he's only got 11 catch. That's ridiculous. Crazy. Crazy. So, I'm all done with Blitzball. It's taken just over 4 hours, which is pretty normal. Pretty normal. That's about it, really. So, I do like Blitzball, and that's why I just find it so boring hanging out behind the goalie. So, if you actually watched the previous episodes at all and you saw how I was playing, I was like trying to learn techs and leveling people up and things like that, all of which takes a lot longer than just scoring a goal and sitting behind the goalie. So, you could probably do it in about 4 hours, maybe, depending on, you know, how the games went. But all fun and games, so not really an issue. Right, and I think, to be perfectly honest, we're done with Blitzball there, so we will just have the last couple of turns here. Complete one last pass with Rop, and then have one last shot with Brother, I think. Because let's face it, brother is the linchpin of everything we've done here. Although Shami's been pretty awesome and Tidus is pretty dope as well, so you know. Awesome. Right, we're gonna break through. Because brother's a monster, and then we're gonna wither shot too. And assuming he breaks through this tackle. Uh-oh. Or maybe not then. Oh! Brother, you absolute ledge. Bam! Wither shot too, from distance. Oh, and it's saved. Saved at the buzzer. So, anyway, that's the sigil for Waka, and like I say, it took about just over 4 hours. And it would have taken just under 4 hours if I'd have forfeited this game, so, yeah. Totally doable, and can be done even quicker than that, so. Yeah. So that is Blitzball all sorted. So now I'm going to go and power up the Celestials for the 5 characters that I have the crests and the sigils for. Got everybody's text there. And brother, absolute monster, learns his key tech as well. And Rop learned with the tackle too. So if I ever wanted to play, then yeah, they would remain absolute monstrous. Monstrous. Players, so yeah, pretty good fun. And the Guado lost anyway, so I'll win by 4 points. Oh well. Shami's the top scorer, not like that matters. And there's the sigil. Wow, an X potion, thank you so much. Anyway. Right. So that's that. Now it's time to just take that quick detour to Macalania.
The final showdown.
And sort that out. Now, I haven't bought what will become Waka's 4-slot armors. I need 2 separate 4-slot armors for Waka because he will become he will be the one who is taking on Earth Eater, and for Earth Eater you need a Death Proof, Auto Haste, Auto Regen, and Auto Shell armor, which obviously you can customize fairly easily. Now, I think I've made a start on it already by putting Death Proof on one of his armors. Yeah, so that's the one that I will customize. I could put Auto Haste on that again if I was going to go through the Omega Ruins, but I think I'd prefer to just do all that as one specific episode and just go from there. So not really particularly necessary in terms of me doing that. I'm doing the Omega Ruins before Inside Sin, so I'll just do Inside Sin first. I may change my mind on that a little bit later, but not a problem. So first we're going to power up all of the Celestials. Yeah, we got Celestials. So first things first, let's do Yuna's. I like doing Tidus's last when I'm doing a bunch at once, I don't know why. So this will power them up. I believe I've put the crest on Tidus's already. So you have to do the crest first, so even if you have the sigil and no crest, you can't do anything to the weapon. They go from having no AP as their only ability to having no AP and double overdrive, I believe. And then obviously they get their final form, as it were. And they get that all leveled up after you put the sigil on as well. So Yuna's is really good. Yuna's they all have triple overdrive, which is great for everybody apart from Lulu, who has terrible overdrives. But Lulu's pretty rubbish all round, if I'm perfectly honest. And she even has the longest animations, which really bugs me, like the actual little Cactuar doll or the Onion Knight or anything like that. They have to, like, you know, waddle over, which is hilarious when you see it doing 99k, but it gets old quickly when it takes like twice as long as everybody else's quick hit, which is irritating. So we're just going to power up Masamune. So yeah, the upgraded versions of the weapons, Yuna's has 1 AP and triple overdrive and double AP, which is a bit of a shame because it could really do with magic booster like Lulu's. Lulu's is much better because it has triple overdrive, 1 AP, 1 MP cost, and magic booster on it. So 1 MP cost and magic booster is an amazing combination because magic booster increases the power of magic by, I think, 50%, but doubles the cost in MP. But then 1 MP cost makes it so that that is costing 1 MP and then doubled to 2, which is an amazing combination. So Lulu's is actually one of the best celestial weapons, but she has like I say, the worst animations and overdrive, so don't use her. Riku's is pretty cool. It has triple overdrive, which is phenomenally useful for her because mix is amazing. And it has, obviously they all have break damage limit, and then her special abilities are double AP and Gillionaire. So Gillionaire is very useful for the mimics in the Omega Ruins, because they're how you can get 100,000 gil instead of 50,000 gil, which is superb. But again, I would have liked to have seen her have something else instead of double AP, like maybe have one of them have alchemy or initiative, because nobody's celestial weapon has that. Waka's has double AP and evade and counter, so again, double AP, I could have done without it, but evade and counter is really good. And then Tidus has evade and counter and magic counter, so again, not bad. Magic counter is unique to Tidus's celestial weapon. None of the other 7 characters have that. None of the other 6 characters have that on their celestial. And Orin's is pretty great as well. He has counter attack and first strike, so his is the only one that has first strike on it. So they all have some pretty good characteristics, apart from Kimahri's, and Waka's are exactly the same. But we just need to do that. I haven't actually used that sigil that I just spent 4 hours getting. Good job, I checked, really. And so the weapon will attain its maximum power. And then I can go through and just double check that everybody's celestials are properly powered up, which is pretty cool. They should be, having done all those rituals. Right. Let me have a look. So. Oh, gotta do Tidus's as well. There you go, I said I'd do Tidus's last. I thought I'd done the crest for his already. Not paying attention whilst I'm doing my little commentary, so. Good job with checking. So yeah, it is Tidus's that we do last. I always like to do his last. There we go. Right. And that should be everything with its maximum power. I can very quickly just double check actually. So weapon already at peak power. Weapon at peak power. Weapon at peak power. Right, okay, so everybody's got all their celestials fully powered up. And now it's time for us to go and do Sin. Not because I'm doing the story or anything like that, but just because I purely want to do the capturing. Now there's a couple of things you can do if you watched any of my Overpowered episodes, walkthrough episodes. There are a couple of the things that you can do to be considering for capturing. So you can make like a silent strike, or I've got a dark strike, dark touch weapon there with Riku, and you can also make a silence touch, silent strike weapon. If you have a 4-slot weapon, you can put them on the same thing, but it's not really worth doing. So I might just make Riku a silent strike weapon. How many silence grenades have I got? I had quite a few. I think I had 40 something, so 50. So I've got 50 silence grenades. That's quite a lot. I could put silent strike on a weapon, but I haven't decided exactly what I'm going to do with that yet. So for now, Tidus has got stone proof. He's got no encounters armor if I need it. He's got silence proof, and he's got an SOS haste. So all of that useful. All of that's useful. I actually made this for Waka, which is for taking on Demonoliths and Greater Marlborough, which are the most annoying enemies. So just in case I forget to have a first strike character in, get ambushed by Greater Marlborough in the Omega Ruins, this armor will stop him from getting confused and berserked by bad breath, and then Auto Med will let him use a remedy to cure everything else, and he will be able to heal the other characters, so I won't get a game over. And the reason it's got Stoneproof on there is because I had 20 spare Petrify grenades, and Stoneproof stops you from getting a game over against the what's the word? Demonoliths. I always do that. Anyway, yeah, stops you from getting game over against the Demonoliths. So that's a good one as well. Right, so I just want to be carrying on with the game. Nope, don't want to play Blitzball anymore. I just want to carry on with this. So, just having a quick look. Is there anything else that I really needed to do? If I'm not going to the Omega Ruins to get that, then I don't think there is. So I'll just go straight to Sin, and I get that going.
I say, let's get this show on the road.
I say, let's get this show on the road. Yeah, alright. Cool. Now, I'll be perfectly honest.
Here we go.
I'm not about trying to make this a challenge or anything else for the Sin Core or Seymour or any of that thing. I just want to like smash the hell out of everything, so it's cool.
Well, that sounds
Yeah.
simple.
So I'm just going to smash things, smash these bosses to bits.
You got that right.
Pops, I'm counting on ya.
Right. Got you covered.
Got you covered.
Yeah.
So let's have a look. Yeah.
How's that?
Right on.
Might have to get Yuna Nirvana actually. And have a look at that. Let me see.
A singing ship in the sky.
Yep.
I hope everyone got the message.
Scene. So yeah, got some pretty cool cutscenes and stuff at least. None of which you can skip, obviously. Alright, we're going in.
The easy way, how else?
Figures. Well, let's go.
And what do we think the easy way is, I wonder?
Hey, how you plan on getting inside?
If we can't get through the mouth, we'll rip open a new one. You with me?
Grim. That's not very nice, Tidus.
Now that's what
Alright, so he's like killing himself laughing. Don't know why that's so funny, but alright.
Of course.
Of course.
All right. We'll get
What?
this thing
That
a
didn't
new
make any
roll.
sense. Of
All
course,
you
of
gotta
course.
do is
Yeah.
jump.
Roger.
Grim.
I won't tell you to be careful. Do your worst, kiddo.
Roger.
Roger. Right, okay, so
Riku, you guard.
alright, dodgy Russian Albed accent. That was all you could do. You just spent like 2 full seasons and 2 tournaments of Blitzball on the same team. 24 games in close proximity. Anyway, whatever. So, don't need any capture weapons or any of that nonsense. So, let's get everybody... I'll rearrange all of these actually. Just going to rearrange stuff now. I think I've raised Anima's stats enough, so I don't have to worry about any of that thing like we have been doing. Yeah, she's got more than enough magic points by the time we've leveled Yuna up. That's for sorting out a couple of other things. Mainly, let me just switch these around. So, counter-attack, sleep strike. Sleep strike's kind of useful. Yeah, I'll be able to get rid of some of these a bit later. What else do I want? I think Yuna will pretty much just have Nirvana the whole time now, so that's alright. Those are the 2 that Orin will be using. And what else have we got? I might put Silent Strike on Orin's Dark Strike one actually. I'll have to check if he's got like Dark Buster or Silence Buster and stuff because he's not been through Wakka's grid yet. But anyway, it's not a big deal. Top shape, Spiritual Arm Guard off season, brilliant. And Catcher and World Champion, fantastic. Right, okay, so it's everything all sorted, and then Riku, she's got an initiative one, and then God Hand, brill. So yeah, she's got a couple of interesting little weapons there. So I'll have to think about what we're going to do with those. She's got a flexible arm as well. Could put things like on that if I needed. There's a ton of options I've got basically, so we'll be good with this for now. Oh, Victorious is the armor. That's what I was thinking about. Yeah, it's quite useful to give her that for Seymour if you're fighting him properly. But I won't be here because I'll just be smashing them to little pieces. Right. Right, let's get this show on the road. Yeah. Right, overdrive modes. What have we got? Slayer, yeah. I'm just going to use overdrive against Sin for the most part because it really doesn't matter. Let's do this.
I can hear the song. Yes, I can hear the hymn too.
So we've got the Hymn of the Faith.
Hey, listen.
Alright, so Waka should actually probably be able to take these things out in like no time flat. Oh, I've not even used my S level, so I'm going to be a little less powerful than I could have been for this fight. Just keep forgetting that I've accrued so many from doing the capturing and all that kind of stuff. Especially the cactuars, because I've got absolutely a ton. Oh. Wazd. She put a lot of time into that, I'll have you know. Yeah, anyway. Cool. Oh, he loves her. Anyway.
Hey guys,
That's not good, yeah? Uh-oh. Sin getting mad. Whoa. Good job it doesn't just like vaporize them like it vaporized all those people at the Crusaders thing. So we'll have to see what's going on with this. Sin's cool. Cutscenes and everything in this game are so cool. Anyway, so we're just going to watch this, then we've got to take out the fins and the core and all that kind of thing. So I'll just save the overdrives for that. And then I don't need to worry about getting everybody... Ooh. Don't need to worry about getting everybody the AP in the turns and stuff like that. Not using Kimahri and Lulu at all. Not going to be leveling up Yuna until after till I'm doing the stat maxing. So yeah, actually I could do now because I've done the capturing and things like that. I've leveled up her. I've leveled up Anima's MP, magic, and agility as much as I'm going to. So yeah, I suppose I could do. I'll have to think about that. This is the bit that always makes me think my game's bugged out when the sound's gone completely silent. It's quite eerie. But it's also quite good. Riku. She looks quite different in the cutscenes than she does in the actual game. But yeah. So Sin's gone all Moses and parted the sea. Uh-oh. That's pretty cool though. Whoa! Dude. Big fire lines. Very similar to something that happens in Final Fantasy VIII, or maybe it just reminds me of Bahamut Zero from Final Fantasy VII. One of them anyway. Something like that. Where Bahamut Zero flies in space and things like that. We'll see.
Damn you, old man.
So, damn you, old man. Not really a man anymore, is he?
I reckon it's a weak spot.
Yeah. Oh, is it really? Okay. Let's go.
Sin's pulling us in.
Uh-oh.
Back inside.
Uh-oh. Eerie, don't worry about it. Right, so let's make sure that everybody gets turns and everything, stuff like that.
Closer! Go
Just a minute.
I don't think you can do anything particularly special with Riku, so I'll just get Yuna and Waka in. Oh, he's hasted already because I just did that. What an idiot. Oh well, never mind. Not really paying attention here, am I? Now, can Waka hit this thing from distance? Yep, fair enough. So we'll just get Waka in on the case. And Waka can just get the hits in like that. Should be fine. Now, Tidus can't really do anything there, so we'll get Yuna in as well. And she's got Nirvana. And double cast and flare. So she can do big chunks of damage. Yeah. Now, how much health have this thing got? I think it's about 100 and... Oh, is it the core that's got 140? I can't remember. We've got a lot anyway. Yeah, 65k, so not bad. And I'll just haste Orin so we can get him out after a couple of attacks as well. And whoa, why have I not got Nirvana? I could have sworn I just equipped that. Nirvana, okay. Right, so that's everything all sorted. Smash these things about a bit. And Tidus can, you know, obviously break damage limit as well. Okay. So yeah, Yuna's really powerful, Tidus is really powerful, everybody's really powerful. We get it. Yeah. Okay. Wonder what the overkill was for that then. Should have hit it with Tidus really, but it doesn't really matter. Here we go. Why have they got these? Anyway. That seems very Final Fantasy IX. I don't know why. But anyway. Look at that. Double AP. Oh, yeah. So I should have... yeah, you have to be in the last line. You have to be in the last front line to be able to get the double AP. So... Right. I'm going to use... make better use of Sensor this time. So I can get double AP with Riku and Waka as well. Might as well. So, are we still hasted and everything else? No, we aren't. Oh, damn it. Right, so, get Tidus sorted first. Haste himself. Then haste Yuna. And then Riku can move us in. That's cool. And obviously I can see what they say, which is pretty good as well. Right. Now, just get Waka in as well. Move in so we can get some strikes. Now everybody can get some hits in. Orin's had his turn because he used haste already. Oh, Riku with a little baby damage. Let's just see how much... Alright, so that thing's got 26k left, so... Yeah. Okay, so we're just going to get Riku in. And then get these three with the double AP. Yeah. First things first, just change back. So we've actually got the double AP weapon. I think that we have got Nirvana with Riku. Let's just check. No, yeah, God Hand. There we go. Aha! So we needed us to have that anyway, so that's good. Okay. Use a couple of Albed potions, might as well. Just to heal up, and then yeah, we can overkill. Well, it might not overkill, but it'll do a lot of damage. That'll be double AP again. Another couple of S levels probably, or at least one with everybody. Sweet. He's shooting that thing. He's armless enough. Yeah, sorry, couldn't help it. Woohoo! Uh-oh. Oh no. Of course it can. Anyway, so they've all got double AP, good stuff. Uh-oh.
No, we're going in. Every blitzer
How can they hear him
knows.
from outside?
You got the ball, you gotta score.
That doesn't make... Oh, you know what? Ridiculous. Okay. What? Everybody just jump off. What the heck? What are they even doing? What are they even doing? Anyway. So we all jump onto Sin from like God knows how long. It's cool having Calibulg for that bit though. Right. Let's bust this thing up, shall we? Ooh, a Sin spawn, scary. Whoa! Okay. Didn't really expect that. That went down slightly quicker than I anticipated. Right, so this thing's got 36k HP. Switch back to Nirvana. I'll best get everybody a turn just in case, you know, they all wipe it out straight away again. Don't really need those stamina springs, but never mind. Oh, right, okay, so this thing's not quite the same. Yeah, laugh it up, fuzzball. Right. Just gonna get Yuna in. Then Riku. Yeah, figured. Wow, scary. So then get Riku back in for the double AP. Oh, that's actually a little more scary. But not loads. Get Waka back in. And that is overkill for everybody and double AP for the 3 in the front row, which is pretty cool. Definitely worth a couple of shuffling turns. Yeah. That was very easy, obviously. Ooh, crashed. Not fun. Alright, so huge chunks of AP there. A couple of useful things like a return sphere and all that.
Pamayajahet ku. Droja twad. Edek ribahek.
Riku, aklama.
Yeah.
It's going to come back, isn't it?
Yep, pretty
I
much.
What? You're kidding me.
No, we have to beat the guy inside Sin.
The Crusaders would be out of a job if it was this easy, huh?
But it has weakened. I'm sure of it. Yeah, we're winning!
All right, I'll do what I can with the main gun.
So, main gun, Sin, blah 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 blah. This is what I saved my overdrives for. I'll make very quick work of these. Get everybody a turn, and then just, yeah, overdrives. Overdrives. Yeah, probably.
I think it's a little early.
Yeah, yeah. Right, where are we supposed to go? I can't even remember where
Man,
we're
we
supposed
must
to
have
go.
hit that.
You'd think so, Waka, you'd think so.
This isn't over.
Well, obviously. Otherwise I'd have, like, you know, a game over and credit scene, wouldn't I? Silly Orin. Anyway. What did I get then? Anything interesting? Need to get rid of some of this stuff that I'm just really not going to use any longer. Ah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Because that can be stoneproof in 4 slots. That's brilliant, because that can actually be her final armor. So I can make a auto haste, auto protect, auto phoenix on that. That's wicked. Really good. In fact, let's just put that on Yuna now so we don't forget. And so that we never accidentally sell it or any nonsense like that. Quick save and then onto Sin. Pretty sure this is where we go, right? I hope so. Because honestly, I have no idea otherwise.
I wonder if
Yeah.
Subject is in pain.
Let's just
Well, it seems like he just blew both of his arms off with a massive
They
gun.
said they'd help us, right?
It bothers me, the way they said that.
Huh?
I mean, they've been fighting alongside us this whole time, but now they say they'll help?
I guess so.
Doesn't make any
Wait.
sense. Then again, much as I love this game, lots of it doesn't make sense.
Sin is reborn when Yu Yevon merges with an Aeon. Isn't that right?
Hmm. Sure.
If I summon an Aeon, Yu Yevon will join with it. But at first, it'll be small, won't it?
Yeah. Then we might be able to beat it without the final summoning.
Yeah. Great idea. Why did nobody think of that
I
before?
don't know. What if Yu Yevon jumps again?
Then we'll take it down again. We'll fight him until there's no place left to run.
I never thought it would come down to this.
Yeah, I know. Hey, the Faith, they're tired of this whole thing too. Let's let them rest.
Yeah,
The
good
Faith
idea.
said it's pointless to keep dreaming. The dream will disappear, he
That is a problem.
What did he mean? And what is it that you, Yevon, is summoning from within Sin?
The dream of the faith.
You won't go away, will you?
Yep. Fucking disappear all the bloody time.
Come on! Something's happening to Sin!
Mmm. This is quite a cool cutscene again, from what I remember.
Jet. He's waiting for you.
Well, son, the main gun is still busted. We can't give you any cover fire.
Hey,
Uh-oh.
just take us in.
SpaghettiOs.
We'll do the rest.
Yep.
All right. Take us up, flush to the mouth. No mistakes, or I'm gonna tear out that mop you call hair.
Trust me. Me take you there. No problem, yeah?
Let's get ready to blitz.
Top
Our
fun.
father's wishes. Let's make them come true.
Oh, I love this game, but it's so cheesy. Oh. Anyway, okay, let's go. Oh, I'm gonna absolutely annihilate Seymour as well. I'm literally just gonna blitz ace him, and then the Aurochs reels. I haven't got Tornado, where I'd probably throw that in there as well. Yeah, we'll see. Alrighty. Not watching that stuff again, so just in case. You don't even have to bother about overkilling things now, it's like, it doesn't even matter. Got all the Celestials, got the double AP for most of them, and I'm easily strong enough to do capturing for Inside Sin. You get a bunch of S levels for that, so the main three will be extremely strong when you go into Omega Ruins. By the time you're done Omega Ruins, you've got like 60 or 70 S levels again, and you're just phenomenally strong. And then I'll be able to destroy One Eye many times, and yeah, after that's done. Ooh, you fancy, huh? Sin's cool.
Here we go!
Yeah.
Here we go.
Coming.
Do 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 do. Can you even hit this thing yet? I can't remember. Oh, whack I can. Okay. No, I'll just get Orin a turn first. Get everybody turns, and then we're good to go. That looks quite close. Can I hit that yet? Nope. Get Tidus in. Everybody sped up. This thing has 140k HP, so attack reels will probably take it out from here. Close enough. Oh yeah, I don't have aim yet. I don't have cheer yet. Okay. Okay, so big hit there. Right, I'm literally just gonna get Riku in, and then I'm going to attack reels. No. Wow, an ether, how amazing. Uh-oh. Oh, that was weak. A little bit anticlimactic. And this is why you play Blitzball for those 4 hours. Damn. Yeah, so smashed. Attack reels is so busted. Wicked. Right, so we're going back to our capturing team, and like I say, it doesn't matter what S levels or anything I get. It doesn't matter at all about you know, getting everybody a turn in battle or all that kind of stuff anymore. It literally doesn't matter. I can just be just use Yuna's S levels and things like that. Orin, I don't need him to be any stronger really. The whole endgame just basically breaks down as do all of your capturing. So you've got at least 5 of everything, and you can get ribbon on one character's armor, preferably Riku's. Get Riku's, Tidus's, and probably Waka's celestial weapons, and if not, then Aura and Orin and Yuna's. And then get strong enough to defeat One Eye. And if you're strong enough to defeat One Eye, then you can get triple AP weapons. And get triple AP weapons, and you've done all your capturing. You can use Doors to Tomorrow to put overdrive to AP on them. And also winning formula, if you get the 99 winning formula for capturing, which you would do. So yeah, basically, as long as you're strong enough to defeat One Eye and you can make your triple AP to overdrive to AP weapons, then you get absolutely tons. So why is he saying follow me? Everybody's in front of you, you doofus. Anyway, right. So back to capturing weapons. Let's not mess about with that. She wants her proper armor. Waka wants his capture back, and he just wants his taming sword. Yeah. That'll do. Let's get Oran's on as well, just in case. And I suppose Kimahri's. I'll keep Kimahri's with sensor actually. Just in case. Let's go. Actually, first, let's just use some of these S levels. So, where are you going, Reeks? Where are you? You are here. So we're going to go this way. And use up some of these. I don't have a lot of speed spheres, actually, that's the problem. So where am I going? I'll go Waka's grid with her, I think. What's this? Oh, Sleep Buster. No, that's too good. We'll get Sleep Buster first. That's very useful. Load of power spheres. Blah, blah, blah. Could probably use Silence Buster as well if you can get to Silence Buster. I think that's what Tidus was going for, if I remember correctly. So, big chunk of stats from Waka's grid. For Reeked, so that's good for her. Yeah, Waka's grid's good for things like that. Yuna, we could use Yuna a little now. I'll revisit Yuna in a minute, because I need to think, whilst I can't multitask to the point where I can think if there's any reason that I'm deliberately not leveling her up, other than raising anima stats, which I've already done enough of, and I don't think there is, but I don't want to do it and then think, oh, well, and then think there was another thing that I wanted to take into consideration afterwards. I'm fairly certain I don't, but, you know, it'll be fine. Need some spheres, actually. Okay. So everybody's just getting fair amount of strength here as well. And then I'll find the areas of the grid to focus on agility, because that's important also. Okay. Should have enough for now, I think. Speed spheres, that is, and definitely got enough stats. I know they're all good. And that'll be Slogar as well, which can be quite useful. I think you can slow demonoliths, which I always forget about. But, I mean, it causes them to respond with the counter or whatever, which is Pharaoh's Curse, which is quite annoying. But, so Wakka's at 140, this is at 109, with 20 levels to use. Oh my days. Okay. So Tidus is going to end up pretty OP. Overpowered, but unsurprisingly, that is kind of the point of an overpowered playthrough, yeah? So we'll get all this stuff sorted. Nice bit of accuracy and agility, which is great because it gives him a better chance of hitting the flyers. If Wakka's not getting a turn, because there are flying types in Sin, I believe in Sin and in Omega Ruins. They must have constructed this game very carefully. Like, One Eye is extremely difficult to... Well, he's not extremely difficult, but he's quite strong for a species creation that has low health, because he has such a strong auto regen and stuff like that. So you have to be strong enough to take him down in a couple of hits, but then when you can do that, obviously you can defeat him very quickly. So it's an interesting dynamic. Speed spheres. A little bit more accuracy. A little bit more strength. And I think that the reason that I came this way is that next thing is Dark Buster. So we'll have Dark Buster and Silence Buster. And Sleep Buster. Yeah. That's all the busters, so that's cool. What's that one? That's something. Yeah, Sleep Attack now, we don't need that. Right, okay, so that is pretty cool. That's a really good chunk of that grid with Tidus. And he had exactly the right amount of levels. How cool is that? Right, okay. Completely not by design. So we're going to move him back there. And then he can go through the end portions of Wakka's grid as well. Alright. And then Orin has load as well. So he can either go through Tidus just to get some speed, or he can go through these and have the same abilities. But he's not going to be able to reach... He might be able to reach Silence Buster, I suppose. Let's have a look. Can he reach Silence Buster? Yes, he can. Okay, so we'll go this way with Orin as well. Wakka's grid's really good. Wakka's area of the grid, it has a lot of useful techniques and things on it. So we'll go with that. And we'll just finish off these sections. And then we'll have a look at their stats before we go on. I do think, actually, I can't really think that there's any reason that I would need to leave Yuna now. Because I've already raised Anima's magic and things. And Anima's MP should be high enough. So I'm just going to increase some of Yuna's magic as well. And then we'll have a look. So is that auto life? Oh, full life. Where's auto life? There it is. Okay, so that's where she's going next. Level 4 Locke has Holy, but it's not really worth getting Holy when you can double cast Flare with her Celestial Weapon. And there's no need for her to use a capture weapon or anything like that now. So I'll get Holy at a later date. She can use the Return Sphere and the Level 4 Key Sphere when they're not quite such precious commodities. And for now, I'm going to move her, have her go to Curaga. And go from there. Don't really need regen yet either, so... Right, so before we start sin, let's look where we are. 80 magic, 86 strength, 96 strength, 113 strength, 104 strength. So Tidus is just going to be so strong, like, and Waka is also extremely strong. And Riku will catch them up as she goes around Tidus's grid and everything like that. So, okay, so I think I'm properly set up. Didn't have the no encounters on with anybody. Now I'm just gonna explore and get on with my capturing. So can't hit these things just yet. See if Tidus can. We got Ahriman. Oh yeah, Ahriman. That's it. They do have the flyers in here, but they are the same as they're the same as the ones in the other area. So. Oh wow, they have high magic defense. Damn. Oh, that was mad. Let's get the main three in again. We go this way. So you have to like sort of map out this area as you go. Okay, so for these things, always want to armor break these. Yeah, I think it'd be a good idea to put Dark Strike on her, on Riku's weapon. So I'll do that in a sec. Nice miss. Bye bye. Couple of Gemini captures. Okay. Before I forget, I'm going to move this shield of Yuna's. Because I don't want to accidentally get rid of it later or something. Not that that's likely particularly, but... Oh yeah, Dark Strike. I already said about that. Nope. Easy. No, I know what I'm going to put on it. I'm going to put sensor on. That makes loads more sense. Just so I never miss any kills or anything like that. Okay. Just helpful to have sensor and be able to see how much HP they've got and things like that. Ahriman's and 2 XRA. You really don't want to be messing around with XRA. So I hope that Tidus can kill these in one hit. Yeah, sweet. Because otherwise these things are a pain. Can you silence Buster these? You can. Right, cool. Well, I can kill them in one hit anyway, so that's 2 XRA all done. Need to be keeping track of these things as well. Dum da dum dum da dum dum. Oh, rubbish. That was stupid. Can you sleep these things? I honestly can't remember. Yeah, you can. Okay, interesting. So we need Waka to get armor break really as well. That would be helpful. Bye-bye. Okay. A bunch of useful stuff you can get here. And the enemies give you a lot of AP as well and everything else. Oh, there's no point doing that because I'm just going to attack it a bunch more times anyway. Okay.
It's over.
Oh, you should steal healing waters from those, I forgot. Yeah, I should make sure that Riku's using Mug. I also put no encounters on the MP Stroll armor that Tidus has, because if I ever want to get my MP back, I can just put those on and then very, very quickly get those, so this will be good. Alright. So as you can see, we are tremendously strong. So things like that really aren't a problem anymore. Not that they have been at all anyway, but you just keep getting stronger and stronger. Another X-ray. Not 100% sure if Riku can kill these things, so she can take that out. I'll see if I can find something to lance it as well with Tidus. Although his magic's not very high, so he doesn't tend to lance it very much back. But we'll see. Okay. Savariman's there. Yeah, he just doesn't really get very much from that. But
It's over.
all right. On there. In fact, what I can do is, on this SOS haste one, I can just put MP Stroll, that's a little bit easier. I don't need it for anything else. That'll work. I love MP Stroll in this game. Ooh, Behemoth King, sweet. So, one of the things you can do with this is you can just hit it a bunch of times if you want. You can also use overdrives on it to reduce it, but yeah, we'll just hit it with this. I think this is another one that you can sleep buster. No, you can't. Okay. Yeah. Not really bothered about that. Now you want to keep very close, pay very close attention to how many Behemoth King you have caught, because if you kill one when it doesn't get captured, then it uses Meteor as a final attack, and that does damage. So you have to be careful with that kind of thing.
This isn't
The
just
Adamantoise. Nope. So you can get some healing waters from those. Always make sure you steal from Adamantoise. Very, very useful. You just get a ton of really, really good stuff in Inside Sin, so it's very helpful. Now, there is method in my madness, so you're going to have to just bear with me a sec here. Right, so what I was doing there, you may have figured out already, is basically I was lowering Tidus's health so that he could use SOS haste, which is always quite useful. So yeah. So now that he's in SOS haste, I'm not really taking any hits anyway, because pretty much everything's going down before we get to that point. So yeah. And you get 3 silence grenades a time from these as well, which is brilliant. Alright. She really does struggle with these Iron Mans. So Tidus pretty much constantly stays at full health, which is good. Yeah, I do like having the auto haste on Riku still. And you never know, there may be the odd time when I get ambushed or whatever. Oh, I can't get ambushed because of initiative, but there may be the odd time when I get surprised by something and need auto Phoenix with Riku, so, you know, probably not a bad idea. Alright. So you got these powerful enemies that have like almost 70,000 HP. It just doesn't really make a difference, which is kind of cool. Okay. More Arimans. Alright. Oh, you get a lot of encounters in here though. Oh yeah, so she can kill those, cool. Oh, that's alright.
Take that.
So, X-Ray we've already got 10 of, that's cool. Just exploring all these areas. I want to steal from these things because the silence grenades are so useful. Although you steal them at such a rapid rate that I might actually put silent strike on that weapon because I forgot how many you get from those things. So silence grenades got 86. Yeah, let's put that on a weapon. Right. So what did Riku have? She had. Could put it on that actually, but that's yeah. So if you have something as silent strike, silence touch on first, then you can put silent strike on it afterwards, which is always very useful. So that'll be a useful weapon for Riku. There are no demonoliths in this area as far as well, there aren't any demonoliths in this area, so I don't need it just yet. And those musk are always good because you can use those to make confuse proof armors, which can be useful as well. Particularly for when Marlborough become an issue, in case you forget to have a first strike on a weapon or anything like that. I'm bored of these now.
I'll be right back.
Don't really need the AP, or I don't need the AP at all. So just want to get everything here. Okay. That better not be the only thing that was here. I don't need these items. Oh wow, that sucks. Okay.
Booyah.
How are we doing for spheres? Getting back up there again.
Live and let live.
Really do fight a lot of these things. I can't believe that these were some of the things that I was missing in Zanarkand. Where's that waterfall bit that I missed? Ah, good. I could have used darkness on that. Oh well, never mind. Easily capture the Gemini again, which is always fun. So when I've got 10 of everything in this easy area at the start, which I very nearly have, yeah, so when I've got 10 of all of these easy enemies, which I've got 10 of X-Ray now, I just wanted these, this is what I wanted. Level 3 key sphere, always good. Does she not have Lancet? That's weird, I could have sworn that she had Lancet. Maybe she doesn't. Okay. So this is where all the overpowered playthrough stuff really comes into its own, because you've got things that have got like 50k HP and they're just going down before they even get a turn and cool stuff like that, so pretty good.
Take a number, buddy.
They are like immune to everything. Still get captured though. Fairly certain there are some items I've missed somewhere, but doesn't really matter. Don't know why, I just felt like getting a bit of extra AP. Not that it's necessary, but that's what you can do if you want. Switch to the double AP weapons just at the end. Yeah. Alright, what have we got? Switch back. Alright, this is where you fight Seymour. Whoopsie. Okay, so as you can see, having everybody hasted, or two very quick characters hasted, makes an enormous difference. So I'll just use these S levels and then Save it. So just going to cut off from Oren's early grid here. We don't really want to be bothered about that. I did want the strength, but not too fussed about the rest. And then we'll come back and that next level that Waka gets will let him get armor break, which is useful as well. More people with that, the better. That's one of the best skills to get. And then we'll just have Tidus carry on through this grid, which is Waka's section, and get some more accuracy and things like that. Always useful. And they just absolutely fly through the levels now. Okay, so Riku getting a bit more agility, not that she needs it, and a bit more accuracy, which she really does need. And get Silence Buster, which will be very useful for Demonoliths as well. So the good thing about this is that everybody will have Dark Buster, Sleep Buster and Silence Buster, which are very useful for the Omega Ruins and things like that. And then we can move back into different sections of the grid. So I think I'll move Riku through Oren's section of the grid now. Come back to Armor Break and stuff like that. So she can do this bit next. Okay. Right, so because I'll be finishing off this battle with those three in the party, I'll just make sure that I'm gonna basically get Oren and Tidus a turn. Did I save it? I hope I saved it. Oh well, we'll see.
Don't you ever sin? I am part.
Yeah.
Sin. I will
Shut
learn
up.
to control it from within. I have all the time in the world. Since you
You're
were
an idiot.
gracious enough to dispose of Yuna, the only means of destroying sin is forever gone.
Looks like he's got a weird little mustache there.
Stop us.
Well, we can't.
Yep.
By all means, try. You should.
Alright, will do. How does he transform into all these weird ass things anyway? Strange. It's a cool idea for a boss, this, but it also doesn't really make a difference. Yeah, I think that's everybody sorted more or less. Right, let's get a mix going. Just to make sure I can survive all these hits. Oh, sugar. I didn't mean to do that. Oh well, never mind. Yeah, never mind. I was going to use Aurochs reels on him because it looks cool. Oh. Never mind. Yeah. Time for you to go. Weird music. Okay, so maybe slightly underestimated how strong Tidus is there. So
But even
yeah.
after I am gone,
Yeah.
Spira's sorrow will prevail.
You say so. What a jackass.
Sin will be right behind.
Yeah. Well, he won't. He'll be about 30 hours behind you because I'm going to do the end game grind and stuff and beat all the Dark Aeons. Maybe 30 hours is an exaggeration. I don't think it's going to take me that long. Okay. Pretty cool. Go back to capture weapons before we forget. Because you really don't want to be messing up captures and stuff around here. Because some of the things are extremely... what's the word? The word is... rare. I could never do that. I could never remember that. Anyway, yeah. So, sometimes it's quite rare. So... Did I get Riku's overdrive back? No, I didn't. Ah, damn. Okay. Just gonna have God Hand with Riku to get her overdrive back first. 10 fiends, yeah. Bye bye. Get the overkills there. And that was just to make sure she had triple overdrive. So she could get her overdrive back because there's an enemy around here called Barbatos that you really need it for. So, yeah. Cool. Okay. Alright, so... Preemptive strike, always good.
Take that.
Another Behemoth King down. They're not phenomenally rare. They're a little rare, but not phenomenally rare. You'll get those. It's the 10 Barbatos. Those are the enemies that you really want to look out for. And when I say not phenomenally rare, I obviously mean not rare at all, since I'll just run into 2 in a row. They're not like common though. Just thinking that it might be a good idea to put Tidus in SOS haste again. If I can hit him. Whack I can, I bet. Nope. Wow. Okay. Cool. Fun trick with the SOS haste, that cast magic on your own character and then lower their HP. Okay, almost done with Behemoth Kings. Need another 3 by my count, and I'll have to be careful when we do that. I'll show you what I mean there. Ooh, fancy. Cool. What's that one? Is that that's the one with all the elements on, I think? That's kind of cool. I think that's what it is. Yeah, so there's an enemy in this area called Barbatos, and they're one of the more difficult ones to catch 10 of. Oh, and these are wraiths, and these are quite rare as well. Just checking I've got my capture weapon on. Okay, 1 wraith captured. Hero, the most pointless overdrive mode ever because Slayer's just as good. Weird. Defending Bracer, that's a good one for Orin from what I remember. So yeah. Just going to be doing the exact same as we have been doing with the, most of the enemies. Armor break if they're particularly resilient, defensively resilient ones. And capture Adamantoise. A few good items to pick up here as well, so you want to make sure that you're getting all of the pickups. Ooh, these things are nasty. Let's just see how much Yuna does to this. Good way to rip off a chunk quickly. Never let these things get an attack, just don't do it. Anyway, got one down there. The ones in Inside Sin won't always ambush you, so that's not a problem. If you've got initiative, whereas it doesn't stop the ones in the other area, Omega Ruins, from ambushing you, so you have to be careful with that. All right. Could do with finding the save point and just make sure that I don't mess up the wow, 20k, nice. Make sure that I don't mess up. Ooh. Behemoth King and miscount and get destroyed by those. Right, this is Barbatos. Barbatos is an absolute pain in the backside. But what you do is you can rip off a huge chunk of its health using an overdrive with Riku. So you get God Hand and then you mix a Gambler's Spirit with a Shadow Gem. I'm going to rearrange my inventory in just a minute. So Gambler's Spirit and Shadow Gem. Just does Black Hole. Yeah, you did. And that allows you to break damage limit because of God Hand and deals a tremendous amount of damage like that. and allows you to capture it very, very quickly. So that thing had 95,000 HP. I just did it in pretty much 2 attacks. So yeah, pretty cool. Now what you do have to be very careful of is that if you do that, then you want to get Riku's limit back right after, so that if you come the next time you come across one, you've still got that limit available again, and that means that you want to be oh, let me just have a look. Yeah, she's got Victor, so yeah, you basically want her to have Victor, so that she always has overdrive available. Although I think Waka and or Tidus has Entrust, so yeah, they both have it, right, so that won't be an issue. That's cool. HP sphere, that's pretty nice. And a defense sphere, very good. So this is why on a strong type of playthrough, oh crap, and that's why you always forget to switch back. Whoops. Yeah, that's the problem. You don't want to do that when it's something rare, but at least she's got her overdrive back, and Adamantoise aren't particularly rare, so if that was Barbatos I'd have been really annoyed, but then probably would have remembered if it was Barbatos because I would have used Mix. And these things are assholes, right? So I'm going to use Silence Buster on those as well. That stops them from being able to use their counter attack, which is otherwise extremely annoying. And then you can inflict darkness on them as well. So you always want to use Silence Buster or something similar on these things. I don't think you can sleep them, but yeah, no, you can't. Okay, that's alright. Yeah, so those things are a pain in the neck if they're not silenced, because they respond with Pharaoh's Curse, which does a couple of really nasty status effects and things. So I want to watch those. Be careful with those. So, I really hope I've not miscounted these things. Can you magic break these? I bet you can't. You can't seem to do anything to them. Can't silence them. I've tried that already, haven't I? Yeah. Don't have magic break. Can't delay them. Why am I doing that again if I know it doesn't work? Anyway. Okay, so I think that's 9 Behemoth Kings, so I should be able to capture the next one. But just to be on the safe side, I'll make sure that I probably auto life with somebody or something like that. Did Yuna have auto life? No, she didn't. Not yet. Okay. Okay. A few power spheres and everything else. So again, this is what I mean, you just get a ton of S levels really in these sort of areas. can just continue to power up the characters. Might as well go around this way. Right, so just going to activate these spheres and then carry on as usual. You can just see we're getting stronger all the time. 97, 120, 119. That's like phenomenally strong. Alright, so we've got Demonolith again. Put him to silence him because he's a pain in the neck. Alright, so the monolith captured. You can fight those in twos later in the Omega Ruins, so you never have to look for those because you'll get them anyway. It's only really Barbatos that you need to worry about getting in here. Everything else you'll just get naturally. Okay, so again we've got another Adamantoise, and again they're not a rare enemy. Like you come across enough of those. By the time you've got 10 Barbatos in this area, you will have the vast majority of every other enemy caught. There are very few that are rare enough to worry about that. And there's a Malabra. We still only come across one Barbatos though, so there'll be a save point that I'll be getting to quite soon. So I can try and save it there. I don't think I actually have 10 of these yet, so that's good. And again, we can just take these out, no problem. And even though those are rarer in this area of Sin, again, by the time you get Barbatos, you have no chance. So, okay, so this is the point of no return, so you don't want to go beyond there. But for myself, I just definitely want to save it. And we can carry on grabbing the rest of the items and all that. Yay, Barbatos! So again, we switch to God Hand. We use Mix. Black hole. Fantastic. I was so pleased when I found out that I could do that. When I realised that Barbatos could be hit by gravity. So good. So now, again, I'm going to have to remember that I don't want to hit, if it's something that I want to capture, I don't want to hit it with Riku. And that is something that I want to capture. Let's just see what that counter is, because I can't even remember what it does, because I always stop it doing it. Oh yeah, so it does all kinds of nasty stuff. Poison, silence, darkness. No fun. Oh, and curse as well, I think. Yeah, and curse. Nasty attack. Just switching back to God Hand so that she has Victor in the triple overdrive to make sure she gets her overdrive back while still capturing the Demonolith. So yeah. Oh, that was no encounters. Cool. Yeah, that's pretty good. So yeah, when you know what you're doing in Inside Sin, even though the enemies can be extremely dangerous, there are ways about it. Like, there are ways around it, so... Let's get those silence grenades again. Although, because everybody's got Silence Buster, I've ended up not really needing them, but not an issue. Better safe than sorry. Oh, damn. I thought it was the other way that you could go, so you have to come up this way, do you? Alright. Oh, well. So, this area, this whole thing is basically find Barbatos. That's all we need, so...
I'll be right back.
I've only got 2 so far, but this is what the bulk of the capturing in Inside Sin is, just finding Barbatos. So it's quite interesting as well, because you can also keep track of how many you've caught. Speak of the devil, because you see here I switched to God Hand and then I mix, and I basically I had 98 Shadow Gem when I started, so by the time I get to capturing 10 of these, I'll have used 1 against each of them, obviously. Nailed it. So I'll know how many Barbatos I've caught, so that's pretty good. Useful little tip as well. Okay. Oh, right, yeah, so you just run it this way.
I won't go so easy on you next time.
So yeah, we're just going to be doing the capturing. There are a couple other things that you want to grab around this area. I think this is a good area for fighting Barbatos, if I remember. Preemptive strike on the Marlborough. Good stuff. How much damage did I just do to that then? I wasn't even paying attention, that's no good. Oh yeah, so I did a big chunk to it actually. Oh well. Oopsie! Yeah, oopsie's right. Be-re. So unless the next thing I fight is Barbatos, then I'll come across... yeah, that's good. That'll fill Riku's overdrive gauge whilst also capturing the Wraith. Only got 2 of those. Those are rare as well. But again, I think you can fight those in the Omega Ruins, so it's not a big problem. Whoa, that's no good. Oh yes, already went around that way. I'll not risk switching back to God Hand and getting another hit in. Very nearly let that thing get a turn, which is never a good idea. Never want to let a Marlborough get a turn. Could have just provoked it with Tidus, that's the other good way of stopping it. But it's less of a problem in this playthrough because I specifically made an armour to deal with Marlborough. That'll be good. Oh yeah, because that's why Tidus isn't hasted though. That's not really an issue. Whoopsie. Now, what's this? Oh, that's no good. Damn. That'd have been fine if I hadn't been down this way already. Dagnammit. I thought I'd found something cool that I'd forgotten about then, but I hadn't really. Oh well, at least I'll be able to save and heal at the save point again.
Take that.
Alright, come on Barbatos, you ugly beggar. We get an encounter here and see if they appear here. I don't think they do. You might not get any encounters on this particular screen. Never gonna complain about fighting a Wraith though.
It's over.
Do 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 do. Really looking forward to the Omega Ruins. It's fun when you're like supremely overpowered for it. So yeah, a lot of the time you find Barbatos around here. Sometimes.
It's over.
Might as well get Waka that little bit of AP. Another Marlborough. Bye bye. Where are we going? So there was also that door, the doors that I wanted to open, where you can get items. Another Marlborough. Okay. So there are always ways of like disabling the enemies, and you can pretty much get around a lot of the difficulties that you would otherwise have by using skills like that. Sleep Buster, Armor Break makes everything go a lot quicker, and that's why I enjoy the Inside Sin area and things like that. This area and Omega Ruins, because they're the ones that actually do take a little bit of nous, you know. Oh, sugar. That was stupid. Could have got countered then. Alright. I'll be right back. So again, make sure you get the armor break. And another one bites the dust. Come on, Barbatos, getting bored now. No idea how I found 3 Behemoths in a row. I haven't seen one for ages. Maybe they only appear in this sort of earlier area. Another Demonolith. Shush you. You can see the slight pause every time, which every time you hit it, there's a slight pause, and that's because it's silenced until its next turn, and it's trying to counterattack, and there's like an ever so brief pause with it, which is interesting. Yeah, because it counters every other attack with Pharaoh's Curse, which is annoying. Okay, so I'm going to grab this, and then I will call it for that episode, because otherwise this is going to be really long. So thank you so much for watching, if you're still watching on YouTube. The next episode will just be me finishing off this Inside Sin capturing, and going from there. I may just finish the capturing off stream, because a lot of it is just searching for Barbatos, and they can be a little bit rare. So I think actually I probably will just finish in the capturing for Sin, because we've seen all of the we've seen all of the enemies that you can fight in this area, and the tactics that you use to make them a lot easier, and the rest of it's just, you know, looking for those enemies really. So we can just do that myself after we've, you know, everybody's seen all the tactics that I've used in this episode. So I hope you all found that useful and enjoyed it as much as I am enjoying this playthrough. As I keep saying, it's been a lot of fun, and I'm loving it myself. And I will see you all next time. So thank you so much for watching, and you all have a great day, and I'll see you for the next episode.